I'm going to be going through everything you need to know as a level 60 Enhancement Shaman in WoW Classic Molten Core, and I'm doing this especially for the Anniversary 2024 refresh. Let's go! So we are, of course, Enhancement, meaning a lot of our talents are going into Enhancement. Ancestral Knowledge, boom, let's increase our mana by 5%. Thundering Strikes improves your chance to get a crit with our weapon attacks. 2 out of 2 into Guardian Totems, just making those, well, better. 1 out of 1 into two-handed axes and maces, allowing us to use them, and another 2 points going into enhancing totems, increasing the effect of our strength of earth and air totems. Then it's going to be 5 out of 5 into my favourite talent, Flurry, increasing our attack speed by 30% for our next 3 swings whenever we do then get a critical strike. Going down even further, we're putting points into elemental weapons and improved weapon, totems. Elemental weapons, so it's going to increase our attack power bonus of our Rock Biter weapon, our Wind Fury weapon by 40%, and increases the damage by our Flame Tongue weapon and Frostbrand as well. And then improved weapon totems increases the melee attack power bonus of our Wind Fury and increases our Flame Tongue's damage as well. Lastly, it's 5 out of 5 into weapon mastery, just flat out increasing damage with weapons, and one of our best attacks, Storm Strike, giving us an extra attack, and in addition, the next 2 sources of nature damage dealt to the target are increased. So we're going to be using that a lot in the rotation, which I'm going to go over shortly. Then it's the bit I don't like, the remaining points. So I actually put a lot of them into Restoration. Tidal Focus, 5 out of 5, reducing mana cost of healing spells. And then I put 5 out of 5 into Totemic Focus, reducing the mana cost of our totems, which is semi-helpful for us. Another point going into Totemic Mastery, increasing the range of our friendly targets, which is quite a helpful one, so it's not too bad. 3 out of 3. Now this is the bit that I think is a really good, really good talent point, even though it's in Restoration, is Nature's Guidance, increasing our hit chance. Now, we now want to go down to, let's say, Restorative Totems, increasing the effect of our Mana Spring and Healing Totems. So I'm going to put 1 point in Improve Reincarnation. Or you could even put 2 in there, to be fair, and then just put the rest in something like Restorative Totems. You could take 2 points out of Restorative Totems and put them into Improve Ghost Wolf if you want. You could put it into Toughness, increasing your armor value from items. That might be a good place to put some points. Really, at this point, it's just whatever you want to put them in, because there isn't anything here that is going to be really increasing our damage any further. If you don't want to go into Totemic Focus or Totemic Mastery, you could instead go over into Elemental, going down into things maybe like Call of Flame, increasing your damage of your fire totems a little bit, and Elemental Warding. These can be quite useful as well. Reverberation also isn't a bad one, reducing the cooldown of your shock spells. So it depends what you want to really go for. Do you want to get more totem benefits and the hit chance, or do you want to go for elementals? Personally, I love the hit chance, which is why we kind of go into Restoration here. So on the actual rotation you're going to be using, they have confirmed that we can use unlimited debuffs. There's no debuff limit in the Anniversary realms, meaning we can use our Flame Shock and Storm Strike on the target, and use our Earth Shock as well. Keep your group buffing totems up, of course. And our Searing Totem to do damage. Use your Storm Strike as your main attack whenever you can. That's the one we unlocked there. And if we haven't got anything really else to use there, we're going to be using Frost Shock on cooldown, unless you are Totem Twisting, which you may or may not be doing. For WoW's Anniversary Classic servers, I'm partnering up with Zygor Guides to bring you the fastest leveling experience you can get. Whether you're farming, questing, or gearing up in WoW Classic, we all know it can be a massive grind, but it doesn't actually have to be. With Zygor, whether you're exploring new areas, doing dungeons, leveling, or just farming mobs, they have got you covered for the fastest ways possible, making your life also as easy as possible in WoW Classic. Zygor can overlay maps for zones you haven't even discovered yet, adding waypoints and routes so that you know how to get around the map even easier. It could also help with gearing, whether it's which quest reward to pick, or if an item in your inventory is actually an upgrade or not. Zygor can also alleviate the stress of weighing out stats and options at every single step. And the same can also be said for talents. It can actually guide you in picking your talents at every single level, so that you can work smarter and not harder. Some of my favourite features, for example, are when farming mobs and doing quests, it can actually show you different locations so that if a specific zone is full of bots or other players, you don't have to worry. You can go somewhere else. You could also skip parts you don't want to do, coming back and into the guides at ease for the fastest leveling experience. Use my code in the description with the link Javier for 20% off. Now going through the gear, so I do actually have a full link in my description to my site where I've got all of my builds up, and you can click that and go through all the different options. We've got the Eye of Rend in the head, Mark of Fordring on the neck, True Strike shoulders on the shoulders, Cape of the Black Baron, Savage Gladiator chain on the chest, which is really amazing. Somebody in my guild has already got this. Black Mist armbands, Nightfall, of course, which you may or may not be aware of by that one. Voon's Vice Grips on the hands, Marksman's Girdle on the belt, the Devil Saw leggings. Devil Saw stuff is really, really good as well. You can go for the hands as well, should you wish. Bloodmail boots, again, getting another chance to hit. Rings, again, another percentage chance to hit. Blackstone ring and Painweaver band. Do be careful of your hit chance, by the way, making sure you're capping but not overcapping or undercapping, etc. Black hands, breadth, and rune of the guard captain. So when you actually click on these, what you're going to see is a point system that I've put together, and you can see where you get them and how to get them, etc. And again, that is all linked in the description. The aged core leather gloves on the hands change now, but a lot of the other items, they're actually the same. Band of Acuria and Quick Strike rings are going to be the best, again, on the rings. So half of it changes for Biz and half of it doesn't. Again, link in the description for this build. You can click through it all and see which items you would like to farm, etc. For the buffs and world buffs, there's 4 world buffs we can get as a Shaman. Resist fire. This one is interesting. You need to get the Spellbinders in the Blackrock Spire and have a priest mind control them so they can then cast Resist Fire on you and your allies. Warchief's Blessing is when you hand in Rend Blackhand's head into Orgrimmar. Songflower Serenade is from curing the corrupted Songflowers in Felwood using the salve. You need to do a quest for this. Rallying Cry the Dragon Slayer is, of course, handing in Onyxia's head. Scroll of Intellect, that's not the one I wanted, sorry. We can get Scrolls of Agility and Strength here. On the auction house, probably pretty cheap. Flask of the Titans, Smoke Desert Dumplings, these are your best consumables. And there's things like Elixir of Greater Agility and Juju Embers, which are really great consumables as well. There's tons of different elixirs you can get. I would check out the build, again, in my description for this one. And that is pretty much it, guys. Should you wish any more help with your builds, whether it's in retail, classic, or see any of my other content on my other channels, then do check out my Patreon as well in the description, as well as our Discord, which is there for you as well. And don't forget, you can get this entire build in the description too.